what's going on in the market that you should be aware of, okay, as an IT professional. All right. Basically, there's a number of stuff happening, and one of the biggest things that is occurring right now is there's actually a bill that's been trying to be passed since 2007 called the Skil bill. Now, I support the Skil bill because what it's going to mean is it's going to mean a lot more talent is going to come into the States, which we need. We have a massive depreciation of talent. However, okay, I don't believe that they've really thought it out, and I think there's potentially massive problems. And here's the massive problem. One of the things is, right now, unless you are in DC, you're pretty much competing against green card holders and H-1B and other visa holders for positions and jobs. Now, some companies, if, for example, if you work in the United States, especially in DC, require clearable. When we say clearable, it means that we need that the individual taking the job may have to get a secret or higher clearance. They may start off without the need, but ultimately when they, you know, that need may be apparent. So they will do probably a kind of a light background check to make sure you don't have any, you know, bankruptcy, outstanding bankruptcy, and what debt you have isn't anything that is a risk, right? For example, you know, missing a mortgage payment really isn't bad debt, but if you obviously have a gambling habit, that is a concern. Only U.S. citizens can get these jobs. All right. The highest level of clearance that a green card can get, I believe, I could be wrong, is what's known as a public trust. But that's not good enough for a lot of these jobs. So what you're going to see happen with the Skil bill, which I think will pass, and here's why it's going to pass, is because basically it's going to help our U.S. education system, because what it says is this: is if you're a high-skilled individual and you get a master's degree from an accredited United States university, then U.S. companies will be able to sponsor you or sponsor your green card. That's very important. So for the first time, instead of having to go through like this crazy 7-10 year period to get your green card, as long as you go to American university, get a high, get a master's degree in computer science or engineering or any other high skilled position, degree, right, a master's, then we can sponsor you. But here's the problem that no one's thinking about. What's going to happen is these body shops that exist already, which are already in place, they already understand the system with the H-1, they have U.S. companies in the States. They understand the benefit for getting these workers here. And what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of abuse potentially with this program. And here's how. What's going to happen is, if I'm an H-1B body shop, or even, located in the United States, it's going to be worth my time to encourage and find the right candidates to bring over here, sponsor, and in their contract say, basically, if we provide you a scholarship to get a degree, because they can't afford, a lot of folks won't have the money to go to a master's program, but they will, when you're making $40 an hour off someone, believe me, that's, you're looking at basically, an excess of $40,000 to $70,000 a year, right? Or every 6 months. So even, it works out to a lot of money. You're going to sponsor these people and say, listen, if I sponsor you for this scholarship, then in return, you've got to work for me for 3 years. Body shop. Do you understand? Body shop. So people desperate are going to sign up for these contracts, and we're not anticipating that at all in this law. They're going to be basically indentured servants for 3 years working for these companies or American companies to guarantee. And the other thing too is, like, a lot of times once you in the green card application as it stands right now has that sense of indenture, because if someone is sponsoring you for your green card, you cannot change. So companies ultimately will be able to sponsor and get employees at very low rate. And what's it going to happen to right now to the technology industry? Think about it. If I can get a senior, administrator or someone who is a senior architect or whatever, a very high skilled individual who's maybe been doing it for 20 years already, come back, you know, maybe he's not making that much money in India, or can't find a job, or has lost his job, get him over here and get him for 20-30% cheaper. What's going to happen to the US wage? As well, your wage is going to, one, go down. The other thing what's going to happen is to the job market. If you are in you know, if you are in other areas of the United States, you're going to have, over the next 5 to 10 years, significantly more competition. So the Skil bill, is a good idea, but however, the impact that it's going to have on the U.S. job market for the U.S. citizen hasn't been considered. And the only recourse is to come to D.C. Because in D.C., it doesn't matter if you have a green card, it doesn't matter if you're H-1B, because most of the jobs, or a lot of the jobs here, I don't know what percentage, are actually clearable jobs that require U.S. citizenship. So this is what I've been telling folks when I talk to them on the phone is, you know, D.C. is probably going to be the mecca for IT. It's probably going to be the place where folks are going to want to you know, be and secure their family over the next 5 to 10 years as a security for it. Think about it. So when you see this bill pass, probably in January, the Skil bill, you could Wikipedia it, read up on it, understand what the implications are, and if you're an IT professional looking to provide some job security, then I would recommend you, seriously look at DC. You can contact me. We are looking for jobs every day with the DoD and the DHS and the Army for clearable jobs for Americans. So if you're interested in coming and doing that, then, you know,